Hello dear students, the subject's name is Information and Communication Technology, and today we must learn about lecture number 6. The theme of our lecture is human-computer interaction. Let's talk about at first about the plan of our lecture. First, introduction, second, principles, third, methodologies, and fourth, human-computer interface. At first, I want to talk about what is it, human-computer interaction. HCI researches the design and use of computer technology, focusing on the interfaces between people, for example, users and the computers. Researchers in the field of HCI both observe the ways in which humans interact with computers and design technologies that let humans interact with computers in novel ways. Humans interact with computers in many ways, and the interface between humans and the computers they use is circular to facilitating this interaction. Desktop applications, internet browsers, handheld computers, and computer kiosks make use of the prevalent and graphical user interface, GUI, of today. Voice user interfaces, it means VUI, are used for speech recognition and synthesizing systems and the emerging multimodal and Gestalt user. In this picture you can see the types of voice user interface. Interfaces, GUI, graphical user interface, allow humans to engage with embodied character agents in a way that can be achieved with other interface paradigms. HCI is also sometimes termed human-machine interaction, HCMI, and man-machine interaction, MMI, or computer-human interaction, CHI. The principles of human-computer interaction. When evaluating a current user interface or designing a user interface, it's important to keep in mind the following experimental design principles. Early focus on users and tasks. Establish how many users are needed to perform the tasks and determine who the appropriate users should be. Someone who has never used the interface and will not use the interface in the future is most likely not a valid user. In addition, define the tasks the users will be performing and how often the tasks need to be performed. Empirical measurement. Test the interface early on with real users who come in contact with the interface on a daily basis. Keep in mind that results may vary with the performance level of the user and may not be an assured description of the typical human-computer interaction. Establish quantitative usability specifics such as the number of users performing the tasks and the time to complete the tasks and the number of errors made during the tasks. And next one is iterative design. After determining the user's tasks and empirical measurements to include, perform the following iterative design steps. Design the user interface, test and analyze results, and repeat. Repeat the iterative design process until a sensible, user-friendly interface is created. And let's talk about the methodologies. A number of diverse methodologies outlining techniques for human-computer interaction design have emerged since the rise of the field in the 1918s. Most design methodologies stem from a model for how users, designers, and technical systems interact. Early methodologies, for example, treated users' cognitive processes as predictable and quantifiable and encouraged design practitioners to look to cognitive science results in areas such as memory and attention when designing user interfaces. Modern models tend to focus on a constant feedback and conversation between users, designers, and engineers, and push for technical systems to be wrapped around the types of experiences users want to have, rather than wrapping user experience around the completed system. Activity theory. Used in HCI, it means human-computer interaction, to define and study the context in which human interactions with computer take place. Activities theory provides a framework to reason about actions in these contexts, analytical tools with the format of checklists of items that researchers should consider, and informs design of interactions from an activity-centric perspective. User-centered design, UCD, is a modern, widely practiced design philosophy rooted in the idea that users must take center stage in the design of any computer system. Users, designers, and technical practitioners work together to articulate the wants, needs, and the limitations of the user and create a system that addresses these elements. Principles of user interface design. These are 7 principles of user interface design that may be considered at any time during the design of a user interface in any order. First, tolerance. Second, simplicity, visibility, affordance, consistency, structure, and the last one is a feedback. The human-computer interaction can be described as the point of communication between the human user and the computer. The flow of information between the human and computer is defined as the loop of interaction. The loop of interaction has several aspects to it, including visual-based, audio-based, task environments, machine environments, and areas of the interface, input flow, output flow, and the last one is a feedback. In this term, you can see the term of the definitions of these aspects. Task environment also, and the machine environments, and the areas of the interface. In this work, in this lecture, you can learn by heart these definitions. And the last one, I want to give you the glossary. Interface, the hardware-software that connects to systems and allows them to communicate with each other. And the last one, at the end of our lecture, I want to give you the test. Then you must find the answer for these tests. So goodbye, dear students.